Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the GamesRadar Plus Loot Crate booth here at San Diego Comic-Con 2015, 1915.
The year of our Lord,
The year of our Lord, 2015.
Can you believe, where does the time go?
I don't know. We've changed so much. This is Maxwell McGee.
Howdy.
I'm Anthony John Agnello, and that is Dan Paladin of the Behemoth. The Behemoth?
Saying that right? No, that's Behemoth.
No. Just Behemoth. Just Behemoth. And they're here to talk about a game formerly known as Game 4. It was like Prince. There was just a symbol, and they were like, this is the game's name, symbol, and then nobody pronounced
Very
it right.
abstract.
And now it's Pit People.
That's right. So every game we make from now on has a number to it. BattleBlock Theater was Game 3.
Right.
Pit People is Game 4. And just yesterday we announced the name. The reason we named it Pit People is because our characters get their start in life in the pit, which is, you know, we know it as an arena, but that's where they duke it out and they have to work together, but they're not really people that would normally work together. So,
Dan, are the is this canonically linked with Pit Fighter, the 1991 game with photorealistic fighters that look like they were kicked out of a hair metal band?
I wish it had that kind of connection.
history isn't there?
You gotta work at least like one little nod or just like a little something that may imply a connection.
I just
for
like
the
that game a lot. The guy with the
expanded
jump
Behemoth
kick
universe.
That's the guy with the junk. I was always the chick in the leather bustier with like the super hair metal
It
band.
was good too.
So tell me about Pit People. What are you this time? You guys, as you tend to do with Behemoth, you're switching genres again.
Yeah.
You went shooter back in the day, then you went brawler, then you went platformer, and now your strategy game? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we like to do a different genre every time. This one I think is the biggest deviation because all the other games before it were reflex-based games, and this one's more about being able to strategize and take your time if you want to. But at the same time, I don't actually tend to like how slow a lot of strategy games might be.
Me neither, yeah.
So what we've done is streamlined a lot. You can go extremely quickly. So we say fast-paced, turn-based co-op adventure game is what we call it, and it's because the game will go as fast as you want it to go. So all you have to do is move your guy next to the other guy. If he has a sword, he knows he's going to hit him, right? So you just bam and then lock in. You're done for that guy.
Next, you've played Pit People.
Yeah, that's something I thought was really interesting when I had the opportunity to play it, is that a lot of your actions are sort of automated, or sort of the AI will decide what it wants to do in a given situation. You just kind of point them in a direction and tell them to go.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of approach makes the game feel very unique because I don't really know of any other games that do it, but maybe they do. But yeah, the whole thing is if you guys are standing together and I stand between the two of you and I'm attacking, my guy's not sure which one he's going to hit. But if I go to one side, he's like, okay, I'll hit that guy. So it's more of a game of positioning.
Right.
But then there's units that are good with AoE and units that are better when things are spread apart. And it starts to get really deep on the strategy side. But all you have to worry about is where do I put these guys that's strategically
so that
sound.
they'll deal like the maximum damage.
Yeah, so it goes super deep with the strategy. There's all these crazy moments and things that you can't necessarily predict. So part of it's chaos management, and the other part of it is, most of it's strategy, but there is a little bit of luck that throws you.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a weird thing to think about, but like Behemoth's games are really funny. They're really funny, and it's a dumb question. You'd be like, how do you make things hilarious? But a lot of your guys' comedy relies on speed. It's all something happening really fast, and you can control the timing of humor in a faster game. In Alien Hominid, you're scrolling through the stage, you can see things happening. In Castle Crashers, you can have a boss fight end, and there's the guy going into the lava giving the thumbs up. But if you're in a turn-based game, and like you said, it goes as fast as you want it to, it's harder to know what the exact timing is going to be on a
you lose control
gag.
of the pace of the comedy.
Well, we have different ways to approach the humor. So one of them's our narrator, Will Stamper. He was the narrator for BattleBlock Theater, but in this game he's a totally different character, totally different vibe to him. He's sort of a lot darker.
He's very aggressive.
He's darker than he is in BattleBlock Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He tortures poor Horatio.
But he also, he's got these ebbs and flows. But yeah, he sort of wishes for one of our main characters, Horatio, to die and fail and all those things. But there's still there's something funny. He's able to deliver it in a way that's funny. Also, the situations the characters get put in are funny, just weird things, like there's a space shuttle and the guys take off in it, and what was that? The guy comes in on a giraffe that has balloons tied to it and has Uzis, and it's like, wait, Uzis? And it's just sort of, there's a lot of stuff that gets thrown at you that you might not be expecting. So it kind of starts in what we know as that whole Colosseum, but then it starts to get really weird, and we explain it all.
Not that it wasn't already.
Yeah, it's but we explain it all, and that's the one thing that I do want to be sure of is we call it pit people, but you're actually able to have other things on your team that aren't people. In fact, most of the things in the game are not people. They're vampires, they're
It was
cupcakes.
something that was kind of like teased, I think, at the end of my demo. There's some sort of like enemy capturing type mechanic.
Yeah, so anything that you encounter in the game, you can put on your team. So if there's a vampire, if there's a cyclops, whatever, we call it recruiting. And basically what you do is you kill everything on that thing's team except for that thing, and then you throw a net over it, and you've recruited it.
And you're just
you
like,
can level
dude,
it
stop,
up.
give it up.
Yeah,
Join the
and
winning side.
once you have whatever that thing is, you go out and you get loot, and you can find things to put on it, decorations, weapons, whatever. So it's just super open-ended. You can go just hunting, or you can just go do the story. You can go into the arena. You can fight against other people, or you can fight against the AI and do it co-op or alone, whatever. So there's a whole bunch of stuff.
The bejesus out of this game. This is Dan Paladin. He's from the Behemoth. They're making Pit People. They're also making Castle Crashers Remastered. Is that what it's called? Castle Crashers Remastered?
Yeah.
And Castle Crashers Remastered does not look like this. It's not the
Fluffy and
entire
adorable.
thing like redone as stuffed animals, right?
That's correct.
It's just the gorgeous version of the game.
Yeah, so let me go into the platforms first on that. It's going to be available for Xbox One.
Xbox One.
And we're also going to update the Steam version to have pretty much everything that that it's going to have
and
on it.
when is that out?
The
future.
Later this year.
Later
it's
this
definitely
year.
going to be this year. Not too long from now.
And Pit People is tomorrow.
Pit People doesn't have a release date. That one's also available for Xbox One and Steam.
And Steam.
So yeah, I didn't get to cover that.
And
so.
not GameCube, which is a damn shame.
Unfortunately, no GameCube.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming, Dan.
Thank you very much.